sampling technique use type of data and level of measurement. Sampling used in this data is simple random sampling. Data gathered from sample and conclusion are drawn about the population. Next, type of data. Next, data arrangement, we are decide to take 50 random data from the table given. Hence, the number of classes is C for class with the maximum entry is 67 and the minimum entry is 22. Relative frequency, class frequency, F, sample size, N. Next, B, relative frequency. Relative frequency is class frequency is F, sample size, N. Class boundaries, lower boundaries is lower limit negative 0.5. Upper boundaries is upper limit plus 0.5. Midpoint lower class limit plus upper class limit. Cumulative relative frequency. Cumulative frequency of the last class sample N.
Part A, number 3, is about graphical methods. This is a histogram and polygon graph. For part A, number 4, about measure of central tendency, which is mean, median, and mode. Next, measure of position, which has location Q1 and Q3. And measure of variation, which has range, variance, and standard deviation. The last one is shape of distribution.
One set of data that have one independent variable and one dependent variable. The independent variable X vehicle weight in pounds is the one that is being manipulated or controlled. The dependent variable Y mileage in MPG is the one that being measured to see how it is affected by independent variable. Hypothesis: there is a statistically significant negative relationship between vehicle weight X and mileage Y. Analysis: mileage can be influenced by factors like vehicle type, age, engine size, driving habits, and road condition. Consider incorporating these factors in your analysis for a more comprehensive understanding. Briefly explain the sample size, type of data, and level of measure for two variable instruction. Sample size. Sample size refers to the number of individuals or items selected from a larger population to be studied. It's a crucial concept in statistics and research as it directly impacts the generalizability and accuracy of the conclusions drawn from the study. Type of data: independent variable vehicle weight, quantitative data as it represents numerical values of vehicle weight. Dependent variable mileage, quantitative data as it represents numerical values of mileage. Level of measurement: independent variable vehicle weight. Ratio level of measure this variable is manipulated or controlled by research to see its effect on the dependent variable. Its level of measure does not affect the choice of analysis for the dependent variable, but it can influence the specific test used. Dependent variable mileage. Interval of measurement this variable is measured to see how it changes in response to the independent variable. Its level of measurement determines the appropriate statistical test and how results are interpreted.
Dataset, we choose quantitative and show on the slide. Dataset has X and Y, X for military rates and Y for mileage. The sum for X is 177219 and Y is 1090. So that N equals 40. Next, number 4 is about calculate the percent product moment correlation and convenience using Excel. The formula for this alter inside on the slide. You can see slide. So the total for X and Y, XY is 4439269. How to calculate XY is X multiply Y. For example, 4150 multiply 29. X squared 2 is X multiply X. For example, 4150 multiply 41450. How to calculate Y squared 2? Y multiply Y. For example, 29 multiply 29. The sum of X squared 2 is 906 44063, and the sum of Y squared is 31338. After calculate everything, the sum of R is negative 726.662. So for the summation x, I've got 177219. For summation y, I've got 1090. For summation x square, I've got 906440663. And for summation y square, I've got 31838. And last one is summation xy, I've got 4439269. So as you see above, what I got for slope V1 is negative 0.003215. So for the next step is estimate for the B0, which is intercept. I've got 41.49. So 41.49 is the intercept, indicating the estimate my h when the vehicle weight, which is x, is 0. 0.003215 is the coefficient of the vehicle weight, suggesting that for each additional pound of vehicle weight, the estimate my h increased by 0.003215 units. In simple terms, the equation suggests that the my h is expected to be around 41.49 mpg when the vehicle weight is 0. And for each additional pound of weight, the my h is estimated to increase by 0.003215 mpg.